Sweet love, sweet love.
The humble Finessors on air
51,
with Abe
we're back.
and Dylan Sesco.
Live on Instagram, Humble Finessors.
How you guys doing?
Hey, okay.
You guys having an eventful weekend thus far?
Not eventful week. Had a good weekend.
Nice. How's your weekend?
It was wonderful. Did a Oakland ride out. Marshawn Lynch hosted it. SC
Okay.
Bikes. It was fun. Good
Oh,
time.
nice.
Yeah, it was
Cool.
It was nice.
Sounds fucking
Nice
perfect.
and hot. It was good. It was good.
Everyone's going crazy at Lake Merritt lately, ever since Barbecue Becky.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like every day it's a barbecue out there now.
Something. I mean, it was already a pretty fun place to be. Now, I mean, there's people out there every day, all day. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter. I can run into somebody I know out there on pretty much any day of the week at any time. It's nice.
Yeah. It's live out there.
It's really live.
Yeah.
I love Lake Merritt.
It's beautiful. I wouldn't go in the water, but it's beautiful.
No, yeah, it's super underrated as far as
Yeah.
like people don't mention it. People don't bring it up. It's like a beautiful place. You never hear about it. Like if you're not familiar with Oakland, I feel like people don't know anything about Lake Merritt.
Yeah. No, it's definitely eventful. It's definitely livened up since she did her stupid fucking.
I wonder where she's at right now. Like what's she doing right now?
Oh, she's fucking probably under a rock somewhere, dude. She probably
so?
moved back to fucking some
Arkansas,
right. You know what I mean, or back east somewhere where it's
coaching the wrestling team.
gosh. Her and her blue blockers. You know what I'm saying? Fuck. Yeah, no, it's
Her Old Navy fleece.
right. Yeah, no, that's that actually draws to a topic that we had up for today about the whole fiasco over Waterbottle Wendy. And after reading some shit about that, I thought to myself, I'm like, damn, you know what? When does not minding your own business go wrong? Right? You know, I mean, there are numerous times where it could, you know, go right. But when does not minding your business go wrong? And that's a pretty clear-cut example of it going horribly wrong for someone who thought they were doing the right thing, right?
Yeah, I mean, she said she was just super stressed out. But it's like, come on, you can't think of the ramifications. You didn't see what happened in Oakland?
Yeah.
Like
It wasn't too long ago.
I mean, she probably thought about it. That's why she ducked behind the wall. Like, she tried to duck behind the wall.
She looked like she was taking a piss back
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
She was like on the phone.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
great.
Nah, so Waterbottle Wendy, is that what you said? Because
Waterbottle Wendy.
I heard Permit Patty. That's what the name I was
Permit Patty.
remembering.
Patty.
Yeah.
Because she was, you know, the irony of it is that she's upset that the girl doesn't have a permit. That's her reason to try to shut them down anyways.
Yeah.
But then she has like a dispensary business. Like she's in the marijuana business,
Right.
the cannabis business. Yeah. And like she was interviewed or some shit at one point and she said like, yeah, there's some things we did that weren't quite legal yet, but we did this. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like you're skirting the rules.
She's
But
being
then-
human.
Yeah, but
Sure.
then this little girl can't sell some waters on a hot day
Yeah, no.
to try to save up for a trip to Disneyland.
No, definitely not. She's
That's
biracial.
crazy.
You know what I'm saying? She's 8 years old. She doesn't know the laws.
That's wild.
Right?
She needs to be taught a lesson.
For sure. Something called a fuzz.
She needs to be taught a huge lesson.
Yeah.
Her and her mother.
Right.
This-
Was that her mother who was recording?
I believe so.
Okay. And that was in front of their like apartment building or their home or something like that?
Yeah, I
Right.
think so. Because they said that's her neighbor.
Oh, okay.
They're neighbors.
So do you think there was any problems before this? You know how you can have problems with neighbors or anybody, and it's the small shit that ends up just taking it overboard. The straw that broke the camel's back, you know? There had to be maybe something before this or
I
something.
don't know. She said that they were just being really loud and they were like yelling, like waters. They're trying to sell the water.
Yeah.
But like, why don't you go outside and be like, hey, I'm working right here. Can you just like tone it down a little? Like,
Yeah.
instead, just, you know, so that's the thing. I really want to know what happened before the camera was rolling.
Oh, for sure.
Might have been juicy.
Yeah, there was probably a verbal debate over, you know, the mom allowing her daughter outside to fucking sell waters and shit. But do you think the same outcome would have happened if the kid wasn't biracial and they were out there selling lemonade and screaming
Yeah, probably
lemonade,
not.
lemonade? You know, I mean, I don't know. You know, she backtracked when she was being interviewed. She cried on camera. again, they pulled whatever she had to do with the dispensaries or in the marijuana business or whatever. They stopped doing business with her. So when she stopped minding her own business, she lost business. You know what I'm saying? It's only fitting though, right?
So not all advertisement's good.
No,
there is bad advertisement
for sure.
Yeah,
especially when you're trying to shut down an 8-year-old. You know, have a heart.
My cousin, the van photographer, said one too many frisbees over the fence.
That's probably exactly it. You know, but I don't know. People tend to make things their business when it's not. And
you know what's funny about that too is like. Did you see her interview after when she was crying on the?
I haven't seen the second. I haven't seen her interview.
Dude, I hate to be an asshole, but like her makeup was like so bad. Like she looked like she stepped out of like the early '80s. Like it was so bad. So then, as soon as I saw that, I was like, the only outcome I want is for her to move back to whatever fucking Midwest city,
Arkansas,
wherever the fuck she came from. Go back there because obviously you're not from around here.
Right.
She's not.
No.
And the little girl she's wearing a Giants shirt, so she's got my support.
Yeah,
you know?
right off top.
Jesus. Yeah. But this lady, I just know, like, you're probably not from that neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And they probably are. So it's just like, that's a whole nother angle to it that, you know, I've said on this podcast plenty of times how much that shit bothers me.
Yeah.
But, all right, it reminded me of, was it She's Gotta Have It, the Spike Lee? He had the movie, but then they just did the Netflix series.
I've heard about it, yeah.
So I actually got kicked off that set by Spike Lee. It's in the Something or Other tour. If you want to go watch that. But I was going to Fort Greene, and her apartment in the show is right across the street from Fort Greene. So I just walked by. They happened to be filming. I didn't know what it was at the time. But anyways, in that show, it's like the same thing happens with like a neighbor that just moved in to Brooklyn. She's not from Brooklyn, and she's like calling the police about little stupid things. And I don't know. It's just annoying.
Yeah, it's similar to like one of the other stories that we talked about with the lady at Princeton calling the police on the visitors.
Was it Princeton or Harvard?
Harvard. Either or.
Yeah,
I don't know.
whatever.
One of those prestigious colleges.
Those expensive ones?
Yeah. And fucking, she was calling the police on visitors of someone who was actually a resident there. So it was, it all ties in, you know. And fuck, man, who am I to, you know what I'm saying, hate on someone hating on someone else? But it's typically, you know, the, you know, middle-aged white woman.
I don't even think she was middle-aged. She just looked it.
That makes it a little bit worse. But
and you think with her being in the weed industry, she'd be cool. Just
right.
Especially when you're trying to run a little shop somewhere. You don't want any noise. You just want
you don't want any flack.
Quiet, just you know.
Well, Bird, let me tell you about these techies that move here. They're sociopaths.
Yeah.
They just want to make money. She's not really for the cannabis culture at all.
No, she's
not. She's just trying to get that bag.
Right. I mean, they're not here definitely for fucking kids selling water. That's been proven. But
wouldn't you want to have somebody dispensing liquids outside of your marijuana shop?
Yeah,
well, I don't think she has a shop.
This was her home. This was her residence.
Yeah.
Oh, so she's doing like a delivery?
She has a partnership with some kind of marijuana. Something in the marijuana industry.
I think she makes a product and then they sell it.
It could be a lotion. It could be a fucking. They have the hemp lotion and shit like that, or the CBD.
Edibles. There's so many different
avenues, right? Yeah. So like she had something in there, and they pretty much discounted all her shit, selling it for low, and told her we don't want your business anymore. But
we don't want your lotion.
We don't want it anymore. But that's just a clear cut fucking reason for people to mind their own fucking business. Moral of the story. Mind your business.
Yeah.
You know, unless you fucking are dealing with, you know, spousal abuse and from the apartment next to you, you know, then maybe you should go knock on the door or maybe call the fuzz. But fuck, man. There's numerous times that you should probably just leave that shit be and let the chick get a black eye.
When they get back together the week after, you're the asshole.
Right. Exactly. You know, so
That would be the worst.
That's how it always is, you know.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Oh, she's gonna go back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's gonna go back. You know what I mean? It's not gonna be the neighbor that gets her to finally
No, it's definitely not.
step out.
No, it's definitely not. It's definitely not. But like, yeah, no. Of all the places, San Francisco. You know, the place where you think that would be welcomed. You know, I mean, fuck. Every time I like see these stories, you know, pop up, even the one at Lake Merritt, you know, Barbecue Becky and shit, I'm like, damn, dude, that must be fucking Idaho, dude. Where the fuck is that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But no, joke's on me. It's in my own backyard. These fucking haters.
Because they're probably not from here.
Yeah.
Like both of them.
Yeah.
You can just see it in their face. They're not from
Their
here.
mannerisms
Yeah.
and shit.
What's up, Fred?
I lived out in the middle of the country, not in the middle of the country, but I lived out on a 30-acre ranch. And I thought I moved out there to be away from everybody. I'm going to be quiet, be able to ride my little dirt bikes when I want. And I couldn't believe how hateful my neighbors were just because I was somebody new. You know what I mean? They hated me so bad. And I mean, I couldn't do anything right. Turns out the guy was a photographer for High Times.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, wait. But this guy could not mind his own business. Like,
Yeah. It's like Peaky
any
Blinders,
little
right?
thing I did, he'd call the police. And it's like, man, we're out on 30 acres. Why would you want the police here for any reason?
Yeah.
It was just mind your own business.
It's fuck, dude. People gotta fucking live by that, you know. But I mean,
But what I'm saying is maybe it's that small town mentality. Like, I don't know.
About the
They
only
come
time
out here to win. They come out here to make some money, but they still have that. I don't know.
the only time it matters to maybe not mind your business is when a child's involved or something like that. You know, as far as you know, you know, you got a son and the friend comes over and he's battered and bruised or something like that. Then maybe it's time for you to get involved. But certain other shit's like fuck, man. You know, let people
Especially
live.
if you move to a big city like San Francisco or something.
Yeah.
Or if I move to like downtown Chicago and I'm mad that there's noise.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make sense.
Like, maybe in the suburbs, if they're right outside your house screaming that they're selling water.
Right.
Maybe then you might have a legitimate gripe.
Yeah.
But you're in San Francisco. Like,
There's junkies on every fucking
yeah,
corner.
there's probably human feces
Right, you
in your
know.
doorstep.
Right. You probably got to kick a bum to clear a path to get into your apartment.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck, bro?
Would we be able to get away with that? As just regular white dudes going into an inner city, big city, and just pulling the phone out. I'm going to call the authorities. I don't think it would work that way.
No.
I mean, you run the risk of fucking being excommunicated. You know what I'm saying? That's for sure.
To say the least.
I mean,
Like I said, they live in a bubble.
yeah. But I mean, she's according to her, she's receiving death threats. They're picketing outside my apartment, and I don't know what I'm gonna do. I lost my business, and when minding your business goes wrong, or when not minding your business goes wrong. But yeah,
You know, I don't give a fuck when anyone receives death threats. Unless they're, like, up in politics or something. But, like, does she really think someone's out there going to fucking throw it all away to get her?
sure.
Is it that important, that self-importance that got her on the phone? You know,
the-
now you're ready to be killed. Like,
Yeah.
no, but you're not that important.
Yeah,
Nobody
the
gives
death
a
threats, those death threats are probably from 13-year-olds. Like,
fuck. Yeah, you're good enough to laugh about. That's about it. Yeah.
yeah, you're not a mayor.
Right.
You know
right.
what I mean?
For sure. You get to be the running joke.
But maybe I'm callous. I don't know.
The van photographer says, "Don't mess with the American lemonade stand lady." Fucking right.
That's a national pastime, right? Something like that.
I think we all did that as kids.
Isn't that like part of Americana?
Yeah.
You know
That,
Hustle.
Yeah.
newspaper, fucking delivery, you know, all kinds of shit. Well, I
Yeah.
mean, I don't know if they do that now, but I know when I was growing up.
No,
they
now
did
it's
that.
like at 4 a.m. the little Honda drives by and throws it out the window.
Do they still do that?
Yeah,
Really?
I'm up late. I always hear the little Civic, little hatchback.
packed full
cru-
of news.
Yeah.
Just creeping.
Yeah, just tossing that shit. Yeah, I did a paper route before. Did you guys do a paper route?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think every kid should.
Yeah. I did a paper route. I remember I was in this apartment complex, and there was like a dumpster. I think it was just a regular like dumpster, but for some reason I could see one of the bags, or I could see some of the trash, and there was a G.I. Joe box.
Ooh.
So I'm just like, oh my God. I ran over to the box, opened his empty box.
Oh, fuck.
But part of me is still holding out hope. There's a part of me that will always be holding out hope. Like if I die and I come back as a ghost, that's what was incomplete. You know what I mean? Unfinished business. That's why you come back as a ghost. Is because I didn't get that G.I. Joe out of the trash.
Somebody made it before you, bro.
Yeah.
You know, somebody fucking that needed a little bit more. But there's other shit that we were fucking talking about before we got on air. Something that we went back and forth through text messages about this morning. If you guys have Netflix and you have enough time to burn a whole day, go ahead and watch the Wild Wild Country. All right, thank me later. It's fucking ridiculous, bro.
I haven't finished it yet.
Okay, so it just to give a brief little run through. It's pretty much around Guru, Osho, or they had
a couple names.
He has a couple names. Yeah, you know what I mean. You can call him a pimp. You can call him whatever you want, pretty much. But it just runs through this cult, and then moving into Oregon in the early '80s, and it's pretty traumatic. You guys should definitely it's a friendly watch. I would definitely recommend it.
Just made me want to get a compound in a commune
where you could have fucking just nasty sex all over the place.
Yep.
You know, and grow a beard.
Yeah.
Grow a beard and wear blinging ass Rolexes and
Yep.
What episode did you get to?
Like, only finished like 2.
Okay, so yeah. I just didn't want to ruin shit for you yet.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
They're still at the compound.
It's still great right now. You're like, I want to be there.
No, he's still getting his dick sucked under the robe.
Sure.
Everything's going good.
Everything's good. He's got the Rollie. He's got the Rolls Royces.
Oh, dude.
Oh, yeah. It said, like, oh, he has 15. They're like, no, 17.
Yeah. Ma Anand Sheila. What a monster. What a monster she is.
Yeah,
Guys,
she's fucking insane.
it's a good watch. Tune in. We got a couple other topics of discussion that I'm drawing a blank on. But
well, on the minding your business thing,
okay.
Justice for Junior in the Bronx.
Ooh.
Now that goes the other way. Everyone's mad at the store owners because they minded their business.
Yeah, that is a flip side.
So now they're trying to shut down the store. There's like petitions to make them close the shop. So if you guys don't know the story, I'm sure everyone does, but 15-year-old kid was chased and then pulled out of a corner store in the Bronx and stabbed to death with a machete. He ran around bleeding out. He tried to run to a hospital down the street and collapsed outside the hospital and passed away. Apparently, it was a case of mistaken identity.
Really?
Yeah, you didn't hear about this?
Fuck no. I thought it was gang violence.
Well, I mean, it was a gang, but the reason was there was a video that was released of a girl having a train ran on her. That's sex with multiple gentlemen, if anyone doesn't know what a train is.
I'm sure. Thanks for clearing that up.
Yeah.
I just need everyone to know.
Right.
So, yeah, that video came out. So that girl's brother had it out for all the people in the video. One of the guys filming looked a lot like this other kid.
Junior.
Yeah.
Fuck.
The thing is, I mean, what's fucked up about that is the girl wasn't raped. You know what I mean? She was willing. Like, she was like, let's do this.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like, it's not like she was raped.
Okay.
I mean, it's still a messed up situation.
Yeah.
Put
definitely.
a girl on blast and all that.
Well, it was welcomed.
Yeah, so I guess for months, these kids were looking for everyone in the video. They saw Junior. They thought it was him. They chased him. He ran into the corner store. This is what I didn't know. At first, I was like, having the store closed down, that's a little extreme. Like, what are the shop owners? What are the shop owners going to do against all these guys with knives and machetes and shit?
Kids.
Yeah. So it's not like, he's not going to jump into a brawl with a bunch of knives.
Right.
But then I saw the full store video. Junior ran in the store, was trying to hide, and the guy was pushing him out.
Oh
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah. That's
Yeah, like Junior was trying. He tried to jump over the counter, and the guy was like trying to push him, not let him hide behind the counter. And then the kids literally grabbed him and drug him out.
Right.
And you know what I mean? The shop owners didn't call the police. They didn't do anything. They were just like, get out, get the fuck out of here, get the fuck out. Like, which I understand, but at the same time, it's a heavy situation.
No, yeah, they probably feared retaliation, though, dude.
Definitely.
I mean,
Well, maybe he ran in there because, I mean, most of these little tiny liquor stores or whatever, they got little guns and bats or something behind the counter. So maybe he was trying to jump across the counter like, hey.
Yeah. No,
Wow.
but I could still see how, somebody wouldn't jump to the rescue of a kid.
Like, what the fuck did you do?
Right.
You got people with machetes chasing you?
Right.
You did something.
Yeah, no,
You
I
did
mean,
something.
but the threat of retaliation for sure would probably keep them from, calling the police or whatever. I don't know how bad of a neighborhood it is. You said the Bronx?
Yeah, it's the Bronx.
But
that area is still, I think, pretty rough.
pretty
Was
rough.
the kid that got killed by himself? Did they
Yeah,
catch him? They caught him by himself, too?
Yeah, I think he was just walking
Bad
to the
news.
store to get, probably get snacks or something.
Yeah, it's sad. dude.
15?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this kid, he seemed like a good kid. Like, he was in all these school programs. He was like a video game nerd. He wasn't part
About
of
that life.
But those kids that did it, like, they were a gang.
Yeah.
Was it an older sister or a younger sister?
I don't know.
I mean, I seen that they started arresting and rounding up the kids and shit.
I saw their arraignment, the video today.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and it was in Jersey because they were fleeing and they caught them in Patterson, New Jersey.
What were the age ranges of the kids who fucking did this shit?
Like late teens, maybe early 20s.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah. I think the brother's like 20. So,
Yeah.
he's going down.
I seen one of the guys that they pulled one of the first guys that they found, and they said he was 18 years old. But
Yeah.
this just goes to show, you know what I'm saying, with like the type of shit that these kids are fucking watching, listening to, privy to that they shouldn't be at a younger age. They're fucking done. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, that's it.
way too young to be, in the system to begin with, but way too young to be in the system for probably the rest of their lives. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's what they did was callous and shit, but product of their environment, and if they don't know anything else but, street gang life, then, it's just unfortunate the kid was mistaken identity. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't. the
Yeah,
fucking
I mean, even if
culprits.
it was the right kid, it's still not
Yeah,
cool, you know?
No, yeah.
No, there is an extra little bit of like, fuck.
It would be a little bit more fitting, though.
Yeah,
at
yeah.
least if they got the right fucking person. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying? I mean, but,
I think Sko brought up a good point. I know people don't want to hear it, but it's not like you said. It's not like she was raped.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah, you can't commit
kill
murder.
somebody? I can
Yeah.
see maybe whooping somebody's ass. Okay,
Yeah.
you put my sister on blast. Now I got to beat you up or something.
Yeah,
You-
right.
you
If they
know,
would have jumped him or something like
Something,
that.
but-
machetes to the throat? You know what I mean?
in public,
Yeah, that's...
that's not the smartest way to do your work.
I don't...
Yeah.
That's what I don't get
You have
is
to be
why...
really upset.
Yeah, why were they that daring?
Fuck
You know
my
what I
life.
mean?
I don't
like
yeah.
the corner store obviously has cameras.
Sure.
And you drag him out.
yeah.
That makes no sense to me that they would think they would get away with it.
Well, you got to think, though. They're kids. They're not fucking.
Dude, if he's
they're-
20 though,
that's a kid. I can just.
I mean it's young. You don't know shit yet, but that's old enough to know. There's cameras here, and I want to commit a murder. Maybe I shouldn't.
Yeah, you can't even steal these days. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And
Yeah.
so, I mean,
I wouldn't say I would go as far as to say that I was as stupid as any of them. But at 20 years old, I was pretty fucking dumb. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have all the smarts that I got now. But like, I mean, fuck again, product of your environment. There's probably in that type of neighborhood, there's probably no way for them to get outside of that. Unless you were like the 15-year-old who was in the programs and
Yeah.
probably more about home life and shit. I seen the interview his mom did afterwards, and it looked like she was just torn to pieces.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck, dude. When are these inner city fucking horrific tragedies gonna end?
Yeah. It's sad. I saw like pictures of from his dad's Instagram too, and his dad's Instagram, like the whole thing was like about his boy. You know, it's like fucking sad. But what's annoying though is like all the people who have the benefit of hindsight saying what everyone in the situation should have did.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, oh, they should have did this, they should have did that. I hate when people do that.
Yeah, no.
Like, oh, I would have did this, I would have did that.
Yeah.
Like Donald Trump saying he would have ran in after the shooter, even if he didn't have a gun.
Sure. Yeah, that's fucking.
You know, it's just I hate people that do that shit.
That's false.
Yeah,
it's so easy.
Bullshit, yeah.
It's so easy when you know how everything
Monday's
unfolded.
game's so easy. I mean, Sunday's game's so easy on Monday.
Yeah.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Oh, if that was me, I would have.
Yeah.
That shit. Yeah, that shit is
so
really
like,
funny.
Yeah, the shop owner should have did this and they should have did that. They didn't do it. It's like, man, you weren't in that situation.
Right.
It happened quick. You know?
Yeah, it wasn't 30 seconds, dude, and the kid was being fucking stabbed to death.
Yeah.
So it was pretty brutal. But
everyone on the internet knows best, though. You know what I mean?
Oh, of course.
They would have acted totally correct in every situation. They would have never misspoke or said the wrong thing or used the wrong terminology.
Yeah.
Or
flew in like Superman and saved the day and shit. Like
they would have never made mistakes.
And their screen names are always something hella funny that there's no way you'd be able to find out who they really are.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm me on YouTube or whatever. So when I make a comment, you can holler at me personally right back. So
yeah, all my stuff is personal.
Yeah. No, that's it's fucked up. It actually, like you bringing that up made me think about the whole thing behind again what we talked about last week with Triple X and shit, and like how all these celebrities are coming out, and some of them aren't even celebrities yet, right? These rappers are now somewhat, you know, forming their career or riding the red carpet, you know, and speaking about, like, you know, the fact that, you know, they tried to say that I was involved in the shit. Yeah, I'm a rapper, you know, and this and that. I got a career, but, you know, it's like a lot of people are trying to make
ride that wave.
Ride a wave with someone who died. Like, bro, come on, player.
Hasn't he given enough?
Yeah, dog. Like the man,
gave enough.
The man's gone, and you're sitting here trying to sell albums off of another man's death, who you weren't even affiliated with. It's fucking weird, but that's, I guess, day and age of this thing called social media.
Well, even the people that were going after, like with Triple X, there was the Soldier Kid.
That's who I'm talking about, exactly.
But like before that, people were just like spamming his Instagram with like, "You killed Triple X, blah blah blah," all this.
Yeah,
and it's like they're fucking stupid too,
right?
Like, you don't know what happened, and you're just assuming because the internet said so that this is the guy.
They're trolls, though. This is a troll era.
Did you guys see that video of the guy that's claiming he did it with the red T-shirt on his face? And you can see his tattoos, and I'm just like, you're dry snitching on yourself.
Yeah.
What part of the game are these kids fucking
They were
missed?
saying it was that guy, and then the Soldier Kid guy is what they were saying. It was either them, and the Soldier Kid was like, everyone was commenting, like, "Oh, you killed him. Why'd you kill him? Blah, blah, all this shit." And then they arrest the actual killer.
Yeah.
And it's like, why is the internet... Like, the internet's undefeated.
It is,
But the internet is also stupid as fuck a lot of the time.
Well, look at all the outlets that push this bullshit. Like, there's a bunch of other shows. I'm not going to say anything, but there's a bunch of shows that do speak on this to keep it, to perpetuate it just for their own views, and it perpetuates it. They blow shit up, they glorify shit, they leave shit out just for their own views, and it's having an actual consequence on these kids' decisions. It's sad. It's crazy.
That's DJ Academics' whole fucking...
I wasn't going to say it. Yeah.
I don't give a fuck.
There's a lot of them.
DJ
I
Academics.
fucking hate that man, bro. Yeah. You know, he's a fucking wave rider.
He built a career off the backs of dead kids in Chicago. Like,
facts. Those are facts right there, dude. I don't. You can't. You know, the world stars and shit like that. You know, I'm a victim of fucking watching world star fucking videos and shit. But in the same sense, you know, it's almost like it's front page news. Almost like it's being glorified. You know what I'm saying? And
there's a big difference, yeah.
Yeah, it's viewed so many times. I mean, you've seen someone beat with a machete and fucking stabbed repeatedly. Tell me how that's not clickbait. You know what I'm saying? Like, how many views is it getting in the hour? You know what I mean? Like, it really sucks. That
Look at the
this
people
is
that
what
took their phones out and started recording X while he's dying. It's like,
Yeah.
really? That's your guys' first fucking...
Yeah.
I don't know. That's...
I actually don't mind that. I'm
From
like
a
one of
journalist
the,
standpoint, but
yeah. I don't know.
still-
I'm like super like open book policy on everything, so I'm like I want to see everything. I don't
It's
know.
super open book, but I assume more people. I don't know, like the concert thing. You know, how many artists are getting so sick of all I see is phones. I don't see your faces.
yeah.
So
No,
it's hard to vibe on the energy.
I
you know?
agree with that, but as far as just like filming or taking pictures of the scene, like I'm okay with that. Like if they were taking selfies and shit though,
Sure.
Oh,
That's more like
that's
clout
way
chasing.
far past.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's-
you
that's
know
far
someone
past.
crept in, dude, and took a selfie. Player.
it's more about that. Like, but
That's
if they're
fucked
just
up.
documenting it, I don't
Right.
really have a problem.
But did
with
those
it.
same people that pulled out the camera go in and check the vitals? Probably not. You
But
know
there
what
was
I'm saying?
already people there. Though.
True,
I'm saying.
true. But I mean, they weren't there to fucking help the situation, more or less. They just get a quick little photo of it.
Han, did any of them? Is he good? Is he good? Is he good? You didn't hear any of that. All you see is just him dying.
Yeah, no. It's,
Well, you could see he wasn't good.
No, he wasn't good.
He was not good.
he's limpless.
But he wasn't dead, right? He didn't die until after he left, right?
Well, I don't think they don't pronounce you dead until they do their whole checklist.
I
shit,
think he
right?
was gone
Yeah.
when he was
He
in
looked
that.
like it.
But I think they have to go through a whole checklist
Checklist,
before they
yeah.
pronounce.
Yeah, it's
you
not like
dead
the time of
officially.
death's when sometimes I guess when your heart stops.
Yeah, it's when they pronounce you dead or whatever.
Yeah, no, that shit's just, it just sucks that the day and age we live in right now, dude. The first thing to grab is something to record a hot story, you know. But
See, I'm trying to get into documentaries and shit, so
Yeah.
I'm all about like, if I go grab the camera and get
So I'm not gonna die around
and
you.
post it, but just make sure you tag my web series, so at least I'll get residuals. You know what I mean? My
So
little
if I
brother
fuck
can go to
myself
college.
up in front of you. Please don't post my shit.
All right, I
please.
won't.
Okay, just me personally.
Fine.
If I fall off a ravine or something,
Yeah, no, it's there's a lot of fucking fuck shit on the net, but you know that's
R.I.P.
what it
Junior.
is. R.I.P. Junior, R.I.P. Triple X, R.I.P. Kid's name. from
Permit
last week.
Patty's career.
Permit Patty's career,
Cannabis club,
bro. Her shit's done, dog. Her shit is done, dude. Wherever the fuck she came from, you're saying she's not from here.
She can't be from
wherever
here.
the fuck
I refuse
she
to
came
believe it.
from. She better just fucking up and leave, dude. Pack her suitcase, or fucking don't pack a suitcase. Just leave in the heat of the moment, dude, because you're done, dude. In all places, San Francisco, you're gonna fucking
if you can't make it in San Francisco,
can't make
Yeah.
it anywhere, dude.
If she's from here, it's either Burlingame or Walnut Creek. That's it.
Pleasanton.
Yeah, that's it. She is not
Livermore.
from San Francisco.
Yeah, no, it's fucking crazy, dude. But is there anything else you guys had on your plates today that you guys wanted to fucking touch on? Something relevant, something new, fresh, anything as fresh as birds cut. You guys see that? You guys zoom in. I wish I had something I could zoom in on this guy's cut right now, dude. This shit is crispy.
It's creeping though. So I'm
He's
trying
dog.
to enjoy. I'm trying to enjoy every day of this. I mean,
I just got a big ass forehead, so it's like it's been creeping since I was a
getting
kid.
a big ass forehead.
Fuck, man.
You know what's funny? I always had a big ass 5 head, and it was like whatever. I mean, I didn't like it, but it was like whatever. But then once I was like 25 and up, I
Now
was like,
it's
I was
six
like,
head.
yeah, I almost wanted to have a shirt that told people like, no, I'm not. It's not receding. It's just always been like this. Please don't judge me.
Yeah, you guys are fucking lucky, dude. My shit was fucking going when I was 17 years old, so fuck off.
Machine Gun Kelly got the plugs, right?
Did he?
Yeah.
I gotta check that
There's a
out.
couple celebrities.
Like,
that
I
got
don't
the
need it. I
plugs.
just want a better hairline.
Well, that's what we're doing now, huh? You guys show up with fucking full heads of hair, dude, and I'm calling out everything, dude.
If you show up with a full
No,
head.
no, I would never. It's been too long. If you're 10 years removed of fucking having a hairline, you don't just grow one overnight. So, but I'm saying for you guys showed up with hair plugs, dude. I'm calling fucking Johnny on the spot, bro.
I need that Jamie Foxx.
LeBron
He
shit.
fucked his shit up though.
No, they did the same thing for what's the dude's name who fuck. Actually, shout out Shaman. He turned me on to the dude with Tory Lanez. He brought his shit back.
Oh,
Dude, if you
really?
don't turn
It's mine.
Bro, LeBron James classic, dog. I'm talking about, but like I think those aren't hair plugs. I think that's like sewn in shit.
It looks bad. It doesn't look like the same texture as the rest of his hair.
Bro, it looks like a Brillo pad. You know what I'm saying? It's just all fucking fucked up. Spray painted. But
Is it his ego that won't let it go?
Fuck, dude. Egos are a motherfucker, bro.
It's a hard thing, though. Your ego's not your amigo.
No, it's not. It's not. Half the time, it's not. I mean, unless it's used in the right way. But a lot of times, egos are motherfucker, bro. They get you caught up. You know what I'm saying? You got to swallow your pride sometimes. You know, sometimes you got to tuck your tail. You know what I'm saying? You just got to fucking.
There are times for egos.
There are, but name a time.
Let's say you've been liking a little somebody, you know what I mean? You put them up on that pedestal and you finally get the balls to go and say something to her and she just shuts you down. If you can't be like, bitch, it's heartbreaking. You need a little bit of ego at that moment.
Correct.
A little bit of ego. So, right there, yes, but I can't think of too many places.
I'll agree with you. I'll agree with you.
When you get rejected, it's really nice to have a little bit of, fuck you.
Yeah, no, for sure. You know, I mean, in that specific case. But
what about when you're playing a sport?
Yeah.
During the action, though.
Yeah.
See, you got to have the ego while the action's happening. Then as soon as the play is over, then you turn the ego off, and you're a sportsman.
Yeah.
You know what
Fighting,
I mean?
especially.
Yeah,
Fighting,
but when you're
fighting,
in the midst of the action, you got to have an ego, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck.
No, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
You don't have to have the Floyd Mayweather ego. You know what I'm saying? In which
No, you
case-
do.
Well, that's
Kinda
him.
helps.
That's him selling a fight, though. I'm talking about like if you're playing football while the play is going on. If you're playing basketball while you're dribbling down court.
No, for sure.
But then as soon as the whistle blows, you turn it off.
No, I agree with that, but there is no turn off for Floyd Mayweather. If anybody like, it seems as if that fool's ego is fucking on 24 hours a day, which maybe it should, right?
Minus the
He is
money
greatest.
bragging, I talk to my son about Floyd and Connor and keeping your mentals on you all the time.
Yeah.
Like that's the hugest part about fighting is
Right.
Look at Mike Tyson. He was beating people before the bell ever even rang. They were touching gloves and just so ooked that they couldn't.
Yeah.
All they were thinking about was surviving. They weren't fighting to win. And so yeah, absolutely, I can see the ego. Yeah.
But Floyd though, he kind of tapered it off.
Did
the
he?
last few fights, it was nothing like it was before. Like the build up, but you didn't see like when he was younger, even after the fight, post fight, he'd still be talking shit.
Yeah.
His last 5 fights, he didn't talk shit at all after.
He's actually complimenting
true.
the other fighter.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
that
was
is true.
super complimentary.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And just low key, oh, it was a good fight. I knew we were gonna have a good fight. Whatever, blah blah. He's a champion. He's gonna
Yeah.
bounce back. You know what I mean?
No, for sure.
So I don't know. As he got older, the ego wasn't there as much. It was more like it almost just seemed like he knew, I'm the greatest, so I'm just gonna get this payday, and that's it.
Right.
And then he would still sell the fight when he had to.
No,
but-
yeah. No, that's
The Diaz brothers, they got a lot of ego.
that's for sure.
Yeah, they do.
But look how many fans they got.
Yeah,
But they bring it too. It's not just their mouth.
that's part of their brand.
Yeah.
Right.
But it's also their fighting style. It matches exactly how they talk shit. There's never any back down. They don't move backwards.
right. No, they've been
Never.
But they've
Constant pressure. Pat, 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 pat.
they've lived that though. You know what I mean?
Oh, yes.
But then so if those we just named people who have egos and use them correctly. Now when is a good time to fucking curve that ego?
At a funeral.
Come on, player. That can't be the fucking only time.
You know what I mean? You can't be an arrogant fuck at a funeral, right?
No,
When the truth's going to come out, you cannot be an arrogant fuck. There's another situation.
If you're on the stand,
Yeah. When the truth's going to come out, you can only
Right.
front so long.
that's true.
if you're on the stand or the defendant's table, either of those, you might want to.
You might want to curve the... Or if you're needing a service,
Yeah.
haircut, tire change on the side of the road, might want to curve the ego
Curve
a
the
little
ego
bit.
a little bit. All right. We can run with that.
What's yours?
I just think having the ego, since this is the humble finessers and we're here to be as humble as
No
possible
egos
first.
around here.
Right, no egos. When you're dealing with people day to day and in the case with my job, right? So there are ways to handle people and there are ways to not handle people. There are ways to describe something that needs to be done, and there's ways to describe something that needs to be done to somebody who's not going to get it done for you because your ego is too fucking loud, right? You know, so it's more or less like pushing the buttons or acting as if you know better than the other, rather than just being a little bit more on the humble side. You know what I'm saying? Maybe drawing questions from them that you already know the answer to, but then when they answer it, you know, like however they feel about it, then maybe that would remedy the situation. Then you could be like, actually, this is what I was thinking, opposed to.
Well, cut yourself off from outside of the box thinking, I think, is what you're saying. You know, if you're not willing to, if you're letting your ego just kind of dictate all your actions, you never get a chance to see outside the box ever. You
For
know
sure.
what I mean?
But there are those, though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Who don't have that way to cut it off. You know what I'm saying? And it's more or less not saying like in a way like they're puffing up on you or anything like that, but just, you know, there's ways to handle situations and other ways to not handle situations. And, you know, I gotta admit, you know, there's times where my ego gets the best of me. You know what I'm saying? But you know, that's all part of working on yourself, right? You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. It was just, it's good you brought that up. That was just a thought.
I didn't really understand what you were going for. Unless there was like a specific story, I didn't know what you meant.
Well, just like, fuck. Are you egotistical?
Everyone is.
What way are you?
I don't know. Mine is like such extreme insecurity and extreme arrogance. I have like a little bit of both. It's like a zigzag.
Defense.
So like when it comes to YouTube, I'm the best YouTuber of all time, but I have like no subscribers. But I'm still the greatest of all time. You understand?
So in that sense, maybe swallowing that ego a little bit might gain you a few followers.
No, but that ego isn't shown at all on YouTube.
No. So where's it shown? Where's your ego shown?
In my bedroom while I'm punching the wall because nobody
crying in the shower
because nobody will subscribe. Yeah.
That's where your like your defenses are down though. So
yeah.
Most people who are running with ego, their defense is always up. Right?
I'm a know-it-all. I think I know everything.
Right.
Fuck, if you know me, Jesus Christ, I think I know everything. And so my uncle said it one time, if you're saying anything to somebody, it means you've deemed them to do, your judgment says either they're A, not good enough or not doing something right. Mm-hmm. And so the fact that you feel your opinion needs to be interjected is very egotistical. And I'm like, oh my God.
I'm like that.
Earth-shattering.
I'm like that in a debate. You guys have seen it.
Yeah.
No.
That's one. No, I just thought of that now. I didn't realize that, but yeah, in a debate, like if I think I know, then I got an ego.
Well, that's the hardest thing. That's the hardest part about being wrong is thinking you're right. You know what I mean? It's especially once you've realized.
But, I mean, I haven't felt that yet, so
I know. Personally,
I wouldn't.
ego.
When I find that guy and he tells me about it, I'll let you know.
If it ever happens,
I don't know. I'll hit you.
Yeah. See, these are we're breaking ground right here.
Where do you have ego?
Fuck, dude.
Do you want me to answer this?
Go ahead.
Yeah, can we answer this?
Go ahead.
That's what we should have.
I don't mind. I don't mind.
kidding.
I'm not opposed to someone pointing out when my fucking ego's getting the best of me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not opposed to that though. You know, people coming out and expressing themselves and telling you how they feel about how you handle certain situations. I'm not opposed to that shit. I'd rather hear it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you have to.
I'd rather someone paint the picture and let me explain to them why I feel a certain way, opposed to them feeling a certain way and then never bringing it up. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Because then we're not getting anywhere. There's no growth, right?
Yeah.
You know, it's just
My cousin says ego checking's gotten easier though with Google. I don't know what that means. Does that mean like checking egos, like Googling egos?
Well, no. If we're having a debate, then you can just Google.
Oh,
check.
okay, yeah, okay.
Have you guys ever heard of ego death?
No.
It's something you experience one of the first times you go to Spirit World. While you've packed your bags and you're at the second stoplight of Spirit World, that's one of the first fucking things you leave behind in this place. It is so crazy some of the first times you do some serious hallucinogens or psychedelics to experience true ego death. It's an amazing, amazing feeling. And I think every time I've experienced that, I've come back with a little less ego as well. I've been shown a little bit of that mirror in front of yourself, and you're like, shit.
Yeah.
So
I was just looking at you like that because I'm like, I want this guy to experience some psychedelics, and I don't think.
Yeah, I'm not saying you're like. Yeah,
no. That's not what I mean.
I
want Sko to experience.
I just want to run through the forest with Sko on some mushrooms one of these times.
I do too.
Honda, fuck it.
You know, having this discussion made me realize this isn't about that, so we can move on from the hallucinogenics.
I don't want to.
I want to. I want to live here. Can we live here?
No, my ego, it comes in spurts. You know, little pumps. Little every once in a while. I just realized that. Like, it'll be in a debate or whatever, but I think otherwise I'm one of the most, like, humble people out there.
Yeah.
Like, I'm very self-deprecating to a fault. People, you know, say I'm too negative on myself a lot.
That's how you save yourself from judgment, too. The whole
Exactly. I'm insecure as fuck.
Me too. So as a kid, I learned that shit quick.
Yeah. So, but I'm also very humble, I think. I don't know. Like, in the job site, I think, here's the ego, here's a little squirt for you guys.
Okay.
Like, if I'm a manager, I think I'm the greatest manager of all time.
Okay.
All time. When I have had those times when I was a manager, I think everyone was happy. I think everyone got everything done. I wasn't, you know, if this job, because the jobs I was manager in, they weren't passions of anybody. Like, it wasn't jobs anyone. So, like, you know, I could be aware of that. But some people, they just grasp that little bit of power.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So they'll make it seem like the most important thing in the world. But not me. I'll be like, no, this isn't that important.
Right.
You know
Life
what I mean?
comes first.
Yeah, this is not a big deal. Let's just, you know, get this work done and delegate, and that's it.
So you wouldn't want to be managed by a Laker fan?
No, they're fucking idiots.
Don't start him up.
I was kidding.
Please don't start him up. If you guys didn't hear the last rant, as we were closing out, Sko had some very heartfelt messages to Laker fans.
We both had some good rants last week.
Yeah, you guys went off, dude. You guys went off. I was going all day. I was steaming up. I was getting furious just to fucking try and, you know what I mean, punch something in the face. You know what I'm saying? Just come in here and be mad and fucking just start, you know, fuming off. But I don't have it.
The government?
The ego's not there, huh?
Oh, ego's always there. He's dormant right now, though.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? But no, I mean, yeah, there's always topics that, you know, can bring him out. And he can rear his ugly neck and, you know, want to fuck shit up. But typically, I mean, I think a lot of, like, the ego and, like, there's always good to, you know, have a sense of pride, you know what I'm saying, in yourself and, you know, have self-worth and things like that. But there is a time where it goes a little bit too far, you know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. It's just my...
Yeah, I was just hoping you had, like, some stories.
Well, none that I can just ramble off right now, but I'm sure if we could always... we could always bring up times when I'm telling you guys a story and you guys could be like, ego, bro. Your ego did that.
Have you ever, like... I mean, I know you guys have. Everyone has. Like, dealt with the person that was, like, a know-it-all, like you said, but, like a habitual line stepper know-it-all, where they're a know-it-all even in topics they don't know it all. They don't even know. Like, you could literally introduce a topic to them, and they think they got to figure it out. You could tell them some, I don't know, like crypto, like how you're into crypto, right? You're into cryptocurrency, and you could talk to a know-it-all who's never dealt with crypto, doesn't know much about it.
It's going to tell me how to invest.
Yeah.
I'm doing things
They'll
wrong.
have it figured out.
What I would do.
Yeah.
What you should do.
Yeah, there was this one girl one time. I can't say who it is. I'm not that close to her, but she was close to someone I was close with. Okay. But so we were in the same car one time, and we were having a discussion, and it was something about world politics or something like that.
Oh, God.
Yeah, and I said something about it was like a fact. It wasn't like an opinion or anything. It was like literally like this year this happened. You know what I mean? It was something that was a rock solid fact.
Yeah.
And she just kept going like, yeah, well, I don't know if that's true, or I don't know that to be true, blah, blah. She didn't know anything about the topic, and I knew about the topic. I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, either go research it and figure it out, or just trust me right now so we can just have this little discussion.
Yeah.
It's not that serious.
You don't need to poke
Filling
holes.
air here. I'm not trying to debate with you. I'm just filling air.
Yeah, I'm just literally telling you, oh, well, that happened this year or whatever.
People
I can't stand that.
like to poke holes.
Is that an ego thing? Or some people just can't help themselves?
Some people can't help themselves. Sometimes it's the know-it-all thing. Is that an ego thing? I'm not 100% sure. I got a story.
I think it's a
about
narcissistic thing, to constantly always, I think it has to deal with some narcissism. You know what I mean? Like, everything revolves around me, my opinion, my interjection. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, there was a time when I was working in the corporate world, and this is a time where my ego got the best of me, but for good reason. So I'm sitting there minding my own business, being one, like, at the time I was like one of the leads or managers on duty or whatever. It was a Sunday, and I remember getting into a back and forth with this chick, and we don't use names, but whatever the case is, I got into a back and forth with her, and it wasn't really punchy in the beginning, but then she started using all kinds of profanity and shit, and I'm like, hold on, this bitch is trying to ego boost on me. So, long story short, I let her have it, and instead of like keeping it going and pouring gasoline on it, because I got my 2-piece in, so all I told her was, I'm like, you know what, you can just punch out and take your ass home, because I'm just going to kill this whole vibe right now. You don't need to remain here, right? So she wasn't getting the point, so I did my Waterbottle Wendy deal, and I went into the back and I called my district manager. My ego was flaring. It was flaring. She was trying to poke holes in my authority, and I wasn't gonna let that shit pop. So that was a time where my ego definitely wasn't gonna like lay down. You know what I'm saying? And I had to send that home. You know what I'm saying?
What about while driving?
Is that when it's the worst?
Oh my God! I see egos while I'm driving.
I have an ego while I'm driving.
Ooh, everybody does. You have like this heightened.
Because I'm the best driver in the world.
If everybody could just take a couple notes from me. Yeah, driving's when I see it the most.
Yeah,
God,
that's true.
I see it the most when I'm driving.
Yeah. So Abe was passive aggressive at work, huh?
Dude, it was not. I tried. I gave it my best effort. I was trying to be diplomatic about it, but it didn't work out. You know what I'm saying? I'm only gonna be called a motherfucker so many times until my shit just fucking.
Yeah, that's over the line.
Yeah,
that's women privilege.
Yeah. Well, it was weird. You know what I'm saying?
If there was a dude, would he have been able to get the second one out? Not at work. Not even at work. We can punch out. Hold on. Did I hear motherfucker once?
Yeah.
I know I'm not gonna hear it again.
Well, I mean, on the clock though, there's a lot of shit that I would let slide, including from a dude. But I think there was a little bit of
sexual
tension,
a
little chemistry.
There was a tad bit of built up animosity in the loins.
After you called the district manager, did you meet her in the parking lot?
I was just gonna say, get her job back.
No. I did that strictly to just nip it in the bud, because I'm like, fuck, bro, this shit ain't going nowhere. She's gonna keep on cussing me out. You know what I'm saying? We got customers in the store. You're making me look like a fucking piece of shit.
Yeah, no, that's not cool.
It was weird.
That's over the line.
But that's where one of my egos fucking. I lash out. So.
In the workplace, like workplace transgressions, like it really depends on how you carry yourself. Like, because I got away with saying some fucking ridiculous shit at work.
Well, you were the manager.
Yeah.
No, anytime. Yeah, anytime. But because I'm usually pretty cool, down to earth. You know what I mean?
It's the way you say it.
Yeah. But it's the type of person you are, too. Because, like, there was one guy who got fired from one job I was at. And what he did wasn't, like, way over the line. But he was just, like, socially awkward, creepy dude. So he just got the axe.
So his boundary was a lot smaller.
Yeah, and I'm just like, damn, I said way worse shit than that.
On the daily.
Like, oh my God.
They had it out for him.
Yeah, but the thing is, too, like, that's my sense of humor, too. Like, I might say some over-the-line shit, but they know I don't mean it. Like, people, this isn't just to women. I'm not saying I'm fucking sexually harassing women. I'm just saying in general, a stupid joke.
Right.
a crass joke or something like that. But it's like
that's that zone I live in. Is
I
like,
love
am
that
I almost
shit.
stepping over the boundary?
Yeah.
Almost.
I love it, man. Like if you ever had like a warehouse job or something, it's just a bunch of fellas just
You
being
have
fellas.
to keep it
It's fun, man. That shit is fun. Like, but you know, it depends on the type of person you are.
Until that one socially awkward guy gets his feelings hurt.
Yeah.
He wants to waterboy somebody in the warehouse.
I used to not give a fuck though.
Yeah.
Like any job I had, I was like, I don't want to do this for my whole life. So
Fuck this job.
I'll act however I want to act, basically. And the thing is, you know, I generally was a good worker and knew what I was doing.
Yeah.
Was capable, so I could get away with a lot of shit.
Right.
Like there was a time for a major tech company, like I yelled at a lead, like he was my lead, and I checked him, like,
Yeah.
and I told him, go apologize to that guy. What you said was over the line, whatever, blah blah. And this is my lead, and then he went and apologized to the other guy. But you know, if you're in the right, you're in the right.
You're in the right. I got one more tidbit. So this is a full blown ego story.
Yeah.
So I'm not really into the club scene or anything like that. I used to work really close to a friend. I think he's like a family member. But we went out one night, and it was a party bus, and it was a scam party bus. And it just so happens that I ended up paying to get into the clubs that we were getting into. When you get on a party bus, you're supposed to be in there free. So the friend of mine, who was also my manager at the time, took it upon himself to laugh in my face about me paying for the party bus, on top of that, paying to get into the club that we were fucking going to. So I took it upon myself and I slapped him in his motherfucking mouth. Straight ego. I was mad. I was upset at the fact that he was laughing and wasn't very clear about what the fuck we were getting into. And then at the same time, I thought, you know, that's my boy. He has my better interest in mind. He's also my manager. But fuck this dude, right? So the ego got the best of me that time. I cold cocked the manager, who's, you know, a friend. And
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the ego.
Sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
It was bad.
I've left some jobs pretty epically. Oh man,
Burnouts.
Pops is always like, jobs are sandboxes. Pick your fucking pail up, go to the next one.
Yeah.
That fast. Like you said, if it's not a career, you know
It's
what I
not a
mean?
passion.
If it's not
Right.
your passion and you're just a
Fuck it.
Yeah. I didn't quit or anything. The craziest thing was the next day I showed up to work and I'm like, hey man, what's up? Like, you know, one of those like fucking meek, like I didn't want to look him in the eyes
Yeah.
and shit, dude. It was strange as fuck, dude. And by this time everybody knew that I had slapped him in his face. You know what I'm saying? Because he's
Word
fucking,
got around.
yeah, he's running around the store telling people fucking Avery got too drunk and fucking slapped me and fucking.
Yeah.
It was uncomfortable for about an hour. You know what I mean? But I mean, you could usually overcome that. You know what I'm saying? You got to swallow your pride a little bit. It was pretty fucked up. But
What about when you pretend to have an ego? That's always fun. Like if some girl you like, or you've been fucking with, or you just want to fuck with, starts fucking with some other guy, and you just shit on him, and you're just faking that ego.
Oh yeah.
Like, oh, well, look at his car. Look at his, look what I like. Anything you can find, and you're just like forcing. You're just faking the ego,
Right.
but deep down, you know, like,
buying
what is
shit.
it about me?
Yeah. No, you know
Like that's really what the question is. When you say, "Yeah, but look at the way he dresses," that really means like, "Well, what's wrong with me?"
the way I dress.
Yeah,
I dressed up perfectly for you tonight. No, that shit's crazy. You know what's crazy about egos though too? The opposite sex can smell when your ego's low. If you're walking around in a club and you just got out of a 5-year relationship, this is by proof. I'm living proof of this. If you're walking around the club and you're feeling good about yourself, but not that good, and your ego is pretty low, I can smell that on you a mile away, bro. You smell like dog shit, dude. Take a shower. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
damaged.
it is
just
weird.
damaged, dude.
I feel like I can tell too. Like I feel like in a social setting, I could tell that I'm good at like sniffing out insecurity.
The women or
Anyone,
either or
anyone.
Okay.
I feel like I can see like literally little movements. I can see like, oh, that wasn't like that confident of a movement. They're insecure about whatever it is, this or constantly adjusting their clothes because I do that. I'm constantly adjusting my clothes because I'm a fat fuck right now. So like,
You don't have to say that. You have to do that. Yeah.
but I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean? So I see that shit from a mile away.
Yeah.
You know, but sometimes you got to act. You got to play the part.
Yeah, you can play the part. A lot of people try to play the part, but it's still so, like you said, you can still see it on them, right?
Yeah.
Especially when you're people watching from a distance and people don't know you're watching.
Yeah.
Oh, that's when you get to peel all sorts of. You get to see it all.
Our live just went down.
Yeah, what about do you guys get the vacation swagger?
Oh, player.
Oh, that's a whole nother level.
I could go to Wichita, Kansas, and I'm the man.
Yeah.
They don't know how broke I am.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. No, it's like no matter what, you just feel good because you're just happy.
Yeah.
So it's like you just feel good.
Got something from the Bay on. Got a Bay hat or
the
something.
problems are at home.
Sure.
And you're just like, man, the times I've gone to like Disneyland, I was walking around that place like fucking Conan the Barbarian.
Yeah.
Like nobody's fucking
Feeling
with
like
me.
King Tut.
Yeah. I'm walking through like fucking just the king of the world.
Yeah.
I love that. I wish I could have that all the time.
Yeah, like I said, it's dormant, and then it manifests itself in weird places.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But fuck, bro, there are people that put on that front though of like you say, like of being this big egotistical fuck.
Mm-hmm.
And realistically, blood, when you read between the lines, you're like, dude, you're hella insecure.
Yeah,
bro.
you're soft as a s'more.
You're
just
insecure.
gooey.
Yeah. It's
Sweet.
It's similar to the first time I smoked pot. You know what I'm saying? Do you remember the first time you smoked pot?
Absolutely.
Do you remember the feeling of like
Do I look high?
like smoky on Friday?
Do I look high?
You're brushing yourself off, you're like looking, you're like, dude, something ain't right. Something's not right, dude. I don't know if it's me or like you're smelling, dude, it's one of those weird vibes that people could pick up on, but they can sniff you out of a crowd. It's weird.
Yeah, I can read it in someone's like comment or like caption.
Read it in their comment?
Yeah, like if certain comments, I can just tell like, damn, you sound hella insecure right now.
You've been broken.
Because all my captions are insecure.
Oh God, bro!
Every caption I ever wrote was insecure.
Are you able to pick up on that more because
I think so. I'm practiced at it. You know what I mean?
God, dog.
I'm well
takes one
versed.
to know one.
I'm well versed in insecure like captions and comments. So
You're like he's in his feelings right now.
Yeah.
You guys dial SCO up if ever you have any questions about insecurities. He can walk you through it.
Dude, I can see that shit from a mile away.
Have you ever read a book of? Have you ever heard of a book called Four Agreements?
I don't read, man.
I haven't read either. I'm not a big reader either. In this book,
Wait, it's called Four Agreements?
The Four Agreements.
The Four Agreements.
This book has changed everything. A lot of my
Bird's Book
outlooks.
Club.
Hey,
That's the first of many. Next week we're gonna go over.
yeah, they got audiobooks though. You could always fucking download them and just listen to them and shit. You don't have to
Yeah.
fucking spend your time on
This
these
book,
stupid
I'm serious.
books.
It's dope.
Yeah.
It talks about all insecurities and just a lot of different stuff. It's a really dope book.
Yeah.
Dope.
I think it comes from just like people in my family and stuff.
Heartbreak. It comes
got-
from loss. That's what it comes from. It
Yeah,
comes from
I
fucked up
picked shit up
Yeah.
like young, and I could just tell like, damn, you're doing that for this reason, for that. I can like follow the breadcrumbs and see like where that insecurity lies.
Yeah.
you know. And like I said, I think it's because I'm insecure. So it's like,
Why do you feel so insecure?
oh, there's plenty of reasons. I feel like everybody should be insecure. It kind of
Sure.
drives me.
It's a checking too.
Sure, but what's
My fat
what's yours?
fucking tits.
Come on, that
I think
can't.
they look wonderful.
Yeah, that
staring
can't.
at
That
them
can't
all.
be the topic of every fucking podcast, bro. You're fat.
I don't
your
mind.
fat boobies.
We talked about my big ass
yeah.
forehead,
Oh, God.
my fat tits.
So it's
my
just
freckles, and you fuckers out there with your little Snapchat filters with the freckles, stop appropriating my culture. You fuck, it's all fun and games. Oh, look at my cute little freckles until your fucking face looks like
So you have them
someone
all the time.
sprayed fucking It's not fun. All right,
not cool.
you little Snapchat filters, you
just fucking
fuckers.
stop it, dude.
Yeah,
That's not right.
Fucking
by anybody.
assholes. But yeah, no, I'm plenty. Shit, I don't have a career.
No.
I don't own a house yet.
Oh.
I thought I would own many by now.
Are those things to be insecure about, though? I mean,
Fuck
fuck,
yeah.
dude. Why? Because your age?
Just in general, like I wasted a lot of time. It's not like
it's not a waste. You know, it's like training. Nothing's a waste. You know what I mean?
True, but at the same time, it's like I feel like I had every capability and I didn't use it, so that's why I'm insecure. Like I'm embarrassed. White male privilege. Bing, bing, bing. No, but I mean, it's not like I had a perfect upbringing or anything like that. But I just feel like I had the tools.
You said utilize them right.
I'm
I
not
don't have any of the shit that you mentioned either. You know what I'm saying? I don't own a home. My fucking credit isn't the greatest. I mean, fuck.
As far as the foundation, though,
you know
as far as the foundation, though, you're doing better than me.
Shit.
You have a girl and a little boy, like wonderful little boy,
and all that could be gone this fast, man. Life comes at you quick, man. You got to hold on to what you got. No, but it's to be honest, like insecure.
Yeah, that ain't all what it's cracked up to be.
No, insecure shit though is like. I think
my fat fucking tits.
No. I think there are hurdles, and as long as you're working towards overcoming those, then you can't nearly be as insecure as the 250-pound chick that walks by you. You know what I'm saying? But maybe,
yeah.
But like, no, yeah.
But
maybe she
I'm
owns
hard
a home.
on myself.
Maybe she owns a home and has an 800 credit score, but
yeah,
she's insecure as fuck.
Yeah, but have you seen? No, I'm just joking. No, I don't know. It's what? Another thing, a huge thing for me personally was I was a late bloomer. So like, I didn't hit puberty till like fucking heading into sophomore year of high school. So I was little as fuck. Voice didn't change. My best friend was your brother, and he was fucking 7 feet tall.
Right.
You know what I mean? Super athletic.
With a goatee in 6th grade.
Every fucking middle school bitch wanted him. Yes, I'm calling you bitches. No, shit like that. I feel like being a late bloomer is like a big deal.
Yeah.
As far as for your
stigma, your
ego,
your out.
Yeah. I think it's a big hit. I think it slices off a piece of that.
Do you feel like your father was like alpha or beta? What type of dude was he?
I don't even know. I couldn't even begin to.
Read
the comments.
Or ramble off. Well, since you mentioned that, you want to ramble off about that a little bit? No, you don't want to ramble off about that a little bit? All right.
I might have to cut this whole part out.
No, come on.
No, what was I going to say? Oh, like now I feel, even because you guys are taller than me, I feel short as fuck. Like a Napoleon complex, and I'm not even that short. I'm like average, but I was always short. My whole youth, I was short, so I literally feel like I'm 5'2". You know what I mean?
It's just hard to overcome.
You don't know the struggle, all right?
My dad was 5'4". I'm 6'2". My dad was 5'4".
That's crazy.
But my dad lived like he was 8 feet tall. He's the short man complex. I mean, he was as wide as he was short.
Your brother's got a big dose of that shit. Hen has got the little man complex up the Kalamazoo, player. And shout out Hen. I'm not fucking speaking bad on your player. You keep working that fucking lane you got. But I'm just saying.
And it works. He does good.
Exactly.
He does great.
But he's shorter than you.
Yeah. No, that's the thing. I'm like average height. I might even be a little above average.
You're 5'8", right? 5'9"?
Like 5'9", like 5'10" with shoes.
Okay.
Like I'm not measuring, by the way. I'm like 5'10".
Yeah. But like I said, I was a late bloomer and I was always really short as a kid. So that that mindset is still in there.
What people have to make up though in height, they have to make that shit up by slinging that dick. You understand what I'm talking about?
Don't do that either.
Sling that cock.
Can't do that either. It's just pathetic.
Oh fuck, man! See, hey, but the other thing, the other thing.
What about that extra inch though?
The other thing about insecurities though, but to break that wall down, you have to make up other areas where you're like, well, shit, I'm better than this shit, better at this than this motherfucker. Look at this 7 foot tall motherfucker. He can't do this.
Well, I think a lot of it,
right?
A lot of it has to do with like a dog, for instance. I know this is horrible, but like a dog, they have one death. They have one. If they fuck up, you whap them, you go send them away. After 5 minutes, that whole situation's gone.
Yeah.
Humans seem to take that shit we live the same death over and over. That wrong never gets to get righted. So it's a constant thing. So like you're saying, even though that thing was happened, even though maybe you were short for a couple years in high school, but that stigma, like in that book, The Four Agreements, there's a situation where this little girl, she loves to sing and she's singing, but her mom works 2 jobs. She gets off at 10 o'clock at night, and her girl's just all in a good mood, and she's just tired as shit, and her girl's singing, and she's like, just shut up. But she heard, I don't sing good. And she didn't sing for like 30 years and ended up becoming like a world-renowned opera singer once she found her voice. But that one seed of negativity, whether we put it there or somebody else instills it, that shit will fucking bloom into a field of negativity. Right? And it's crazy how that shit really
affects
that's
a kid
like
at
with
a young age.
That's like with social media or like with comments. That's rude.
I'm so sorry.
Fuck
me. I'm
like,
sorry.
Like if I get comments on like my YouTube videos, like if I get one negative comment, that will cancel out.
I'm not even ever gonna look at the video.
100 positive comments.
Yeah.
Like that always sticks with you.
You think you sell yourself short? Yes. You gotta be.
It depends. Not like talent wise, but like accomplishment wise, for sure. Or no, I mean, I deserve to be sold short. Accomplishment wise, because I don't have accomplishments. Yeah, I have talent.
What's accomplishments in what gauge though? Because look at like
Any
you said,
gauge.
there's some shit. There's some shit you've overcome, and if half the motherfuckers had to do with maybe what you've had to deal with, maybe they wouldn't even be where you're at now. So instead, you know what I'm saying?
I agree with that.
Because struggle's not easy, and don't get me wrong, everybody has it.
I'm proud to be. I'm definitely proud to be where I am for certain situations.
Yeah.
Definitely proud, but like
it could be worse.
But yeah, but it could be better. I wasted a lot of years.
You're a half empty.
But the thing is, that's what drives me though. If I was just like, oh, I'm cool.
No, for sure.
I'm like a drill sergeant. Like to myself, to my friends.
Oh.
Get on the fucking mic, guys.
Get on. Yeah. Huh? Well, wait.
No, so I'm just like that though. I'm like tough, but like, I mean well. But I'm just very like blunt about that, and I'm like that with myself. Like, oh well, you fucked up. Like if I do some creative project and it doesn't work, like well, I'll just tell myself you fucked up this way. Don't do that again.
But you don't. But you don't point out the goods you did, even though you fucked up.
I try to now.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
didn't before, but I try to now.
Because I'm one of them cats who and this is stupid of me, and I know a lot of people hate the fact that I do this shit, but I'm a comparison dude. So when I'm fucking my fucking shit up, I'm like, you know what? Well, my shit's not as bad as that man's right there. You know what I'm saying? And maybe
that logic's scary though, because all you have to do is refer back to Hitler and everything's okay.
No, I know. Maybe
that's what my dad used to say. Oh, that's because crazy. Little Jimmy did it worse.
Yeah.
Okay. So Hitler did what he did. So everything you've ever done is great. You're good. You're Gucci. No, that's an issue. And it's natural. That's one of the things I need to clean up with myself. But I mean, like, I do have that in me where I'm like, fuck, dude, shit's not going good. My life's in shambles.
Yeah.
But if I don't compare it to something else, then fuck, who's to say I don't just fucking fall flat and be like, fuck it all.
I've dealt with years of anxiety and depression, and I've had some shit happen too. Not maybe as bad as the next or what. I'm not comparing my pain to nobody's, but what I've been through, I've come over mountains. So for me, I've had to deal with a lot of therapy. I've been through years of therapy to get to where I am now, and I have no problem admitting any of that. Mm-hmm. I think that's why I liked X so much, XXX, tension, chord, whatever.
Yeah.
Is that he was bringing that up to these kids in that new Logic 1-800 song. I like that movement.
That's why I like Joe Budden, too.
This is it's some real-ass shit. Man, when you're depressed, it's crippling. People don't understand it's crippling.
The thing with depression for me, though, is I feel like I know exactly why I'm depressed. So I don't want to say I'm depressed. Because I feel like people who are actually, like, clinically depressed, everything could be great and they're still down for some reason, or it's still, there's still things missing.
There's a difference though, right?
That's what I don't know.
It was like bipolar.
But like me,
there's
I can
fucking-
pinpoint, like I could write a list. This is why I'm depressed. And I feel like if I cleaned up that list, I wouldn't be depressed.
Well, they say that's what's the crippling thing about depression is to know what the remedy is. And you're the only person with the key. And that's,
I thought it was when you don't know what it is.
we all
it
know
could be
why-
either.
We all know who's passed.
Well, there's
or
some
who
people
fucked
that
us
are-
or who
yeah,
hurt,
yeah.
or who. Now, let's say maybe it's not those situations. Maybe you just really feel down about your appearance or some actions or something that you've done that just fucks you up. And on that note, you know what I mean?
Right.
Man, this shit's real shit, you know? And we all have the key to our own prisons, but how much do we love our own misery? Because that gives us that same handle that we always have.
I just
know?
saw this in something I was watching. I think it was a Joe Rogan podcast. They're talking about Anthony Bourdain. And Ari Shaffir said that, like, you almost get addicted to
It's your best friend.
to the sadness.
Your excuses, it's everything.
Because I get like that with like sad music that'll bring up an emotion. I'll keep listening to it. I'm like, why do I keep listening? But I'm like addicted to it.
You're subconsciously dealing with that emotion.
Yeah,
you're,
it's crazy.
You're letting that. And remember how I talked about that 10-day meditation shit?
Yeah.
That's why, because I feel like if we don't handle the realest shit that's happened in our life, everybody buck up, soldier, come on, move forward. Well, then next thing you know, you're at line at Costco. You know what I mean? So, like, to really confront it and sit for 10 days, you end up going really far back, they say. You know, and you deal with some shit. They say it's a blissful experience at the end, but the work that it takes in that 10 days, you're diving deep.
See, I feel like I do that, though. I don't feel like within myself, I don't hold shit back. Like, I don't always talk about it publicly or with people. But to myself, like, there's nothing where I, like, suppress. I don't ever do that.
Right.
I've never suppressed or, like, tried to, like, forget stuff. Like, I'm, like, head on.
Right.
I just don't – I might not bring it up, like, to other people.
Yeah.
And people would think I'm tripping on social media, or they did before, not really as much anymore, because I'll, like, go on rants, I'll say some crazy shit. But – all the biggest shit that's bothering me, I never talk about on social media.
Right.
It's more some other shit that's just irritating, and I just feel like airing it out because I'm like, fuck it. And then people will be like, oh, you're tripping. I'm just like, this isn't even the biggest thing, though.
That's
like,
on your
this
plate.
is just,
but they don't know that part of you either.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they like
Really?
There's a Mike and the Mechanic song about his father and his father passing, and I'll be like, I'm sad right now. I'll play that shit. Another comment about R.I.P. Pops. He was the greatest. I mean, if you were able to look at my comments, you'd be like, wow, this guy's really going through his own therapy through his. I mean, thank you, YouTube, on so many formats. I mean, YouTube is it's a pretty cool place.
Yeah.
Anybody can feel like there's somebody else as dumb or as scary as me.
right.
You know
It's
what I mean?
always it's always cool though for people to bring that shit up and actually talk about the shit that's bothering them. You know what I'm saying in their life.
Yeah.
Opposed to having that shit just. You know,
Bottle it up.
You know what I'm saying? And I mean, you could have as many mental conversations as you want with yourself, but that's not always, you know, sometimes speaking to that, even as, I mean, I'm opposed to speaking to like counselors and you know, shrinks and shit like that, simply because now I'm sitting there telling a complete stranger, my problems who may have worse problems than me. So why the fuck would I spill my beans to this person? But in the same sense,
I get that way too.
Sometimes though, I would think it may be more beneficial to even talk to someone who doesn't know you at all about your shit.
I think that's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, then they're not moving around your ego.
Right, or judgmental.
Because I would never want to just boom tell you something. I'm not saying I have something.
Right.
I'm just
No,
saying,
I know.
If I did, I wouldn't want to hurt you like that to where they don't have that investment in you. So they're like, by the way, you're paying me too?
Yeah.
And I only got 55 more minutes to deal with your ass.
That's another reason
Guess
why
what,
I'm always,
homie? Yeah. Guess what, you know?
Yeah.
But there's a study to where they took a big corporation and they went and they started asking all the people, how do you feel about your job? And all the people that were like, you know, my job's cool, you know, it sucks and stuff, but I make it every day, you know.
Yeah.
And then they asked all the other people, and all the people that were like, dude, fuck this place. This place is horrible. Can you believe their blood pressure was lower?
Oh,
because they're like purging it out, you know? It wasn't being suppressed in
right.
Just shut up, just shut up, just shut up, you know?
Yeah, I love having an outlet. That's why I like going on social media rants. It feels good. Get it out there. You know what I mean? I love it. But I never liked therapy because my mom went to a shrink when I was a kid, and she brought me because we didn't have a babysitter or anything.
Right.
You're supposed to sit in the lobby.
No, I was like on the other
Seriously.
side of the room because the guy
A
had.
psychiatrist or a therapist?
I don't know.
Because they're very different. Very different, yeah.
I don't know. I was young. On one side, I was on the other side of the room, and he had like a little basket of toys that I was like playing with, and I felt like the whole session he was blaming all her problems on me. So I always held this grudge, like fuck psychiatrists, therapists, whatever, fuck all of them, because like literally, you know, I had problems as a kid, like with acting out and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Just when I was really young, though. Once I got to like middle school and shit, I pretty much straightened up. Like
Right.
after that, I mean, all right, maybe not actually. Now that I'm thinking about it, but I didn't act out as much.
Yeah.
When I was little, I did because of like traumatic things when I was really young, and yeah, I just felt like he was blaming everything on me. Like but I mean, I was a little kid, so who knows what I was hearing.
Yeah.
But that's
But
just
look at
how I felt.
That seed's now a farm.
It's still there, yeah.
That seed has that one agreement that we can sometimes make.
Yeah.
It manifests itself in the book. They talk about going into a college class. This guy's walking in, he's first day of college, never seen the teacher, and a kid walks out of the class before and is like, fuck this fucking guy. He says it under his breath and he walks off. The guy was like, I never liked that teacher the whole semester,
Because
and I
of that.
finally realized why. That guy planted that one little negative seed. So that's why the book talks about
Yeah.
being impeccable with your words. It's like, even when you're talking about yourself, because we don't know what insecurities we could fire off on
Yeah.
somebody by one little
Yeah.
joke. You know what I mean?
Someone might go the opposite though. Be
That's
like,
true.
oh, this guy doesn't like this guy? He must be cool. Like, what's this guy's problem? And then
Right.
they'll like the teacher
Yeah.
because they're like convincing themselves.
Like that girl in the car that you were talking about earlier that just kind of wants to argue.
Yeah, yeah,
Them
yeah.
type of people
Yeah,
would be that.
contrarians.
Yes.
They just
Yeah.
want to like.
Yes.
They'd be like, "Oh, this guy's a fucking sounds like an asshole. This teacher must be a good teacher. Like,
Yeah.
he's getting this guy to question his, whatever. I don't know,
no,
but my part of my thing is too is like I really want to help people and like do good things, and I feel like my hands are tied, and that really fucking bothers me.
Well, you have to
You
help
have a
self
huge
first,
platform,
though.
bro.
Yeah.
You have to help self first, though. You can't.
Yeah,
you know what
yeah,
I mean?
That's
like,
true. That's what I'm trying to do. Like, that's the thing. I never want to like put it out there like that as much, but like with my web series, like it's silly, right? But like I have such grand plans if it works, where it's not just me fucking around
Right.
at some shit. Like I really want to do some amazing things, hopefully.
You already are.
But I mean, like to help other people, like you know
Oh,
what I mean,
okay.
do good. I mean, hopefully now it is by entertaining people and like
Yeah.
making people feel good that way. But I really want to do like bigger.
Just
better
scrolling
things,
through
you know
some
what I mean?
views as this guy cuts himself short.
I got a couple.
Just scrolling through some views. 20,000, 5,000, 24,000,
That ain't enough.
3,000, 17,000. His content is being out there. It's being spread enough to where that's something to be. That's an achievement. I'm sorry, sir. I'd like to call you out there, sir. But there are achievements that are made that may seem like a grain of sand to you, but to others, they'd be happy to get 10 views.
Yeah, that's true.
Or
I've
10
seen that
or
with
10
like little kids,
Followers
especially.
on their podcast. Shout out. How about you guys follow?
Yeah. No, but the thing is, because I really want to make a career out of it. So 10,000 views, 20,000 views, that's not going to cut it.
But gradually, you know what I mean?
I mean, yeah,
With
yeah.
time,
I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
I'm
Like,
still building. I just
you
finished
know?
editing
You
an
should just do a
episode right
bunch of
before I came
clickbait.
here.
Yeah, you should.
I'm
That's
kidding.
the
I'm
thing.
kidding.
I don't
No,
want.
No.
That's the
No
like
selling
I.
out.
Yeah, I told myself never do clickbait. So it's like I feel like I could have grown a lot faster.
What if you started? What if? We'll talk about some other shit.
Yeah,
after
on-
this.
on air.
I've actually had a couple ideas for some shit.
Yeah.
About
Yeah, we-
helping.
Yeah.
Outside of this podcast, that would be great.
Bring that up off air. We're actually probably going to clip this now.
Yeah.
Is that where we at on time?
Yeah, we're well
there.
over.
All right. Well, it's been great chatting with you guys. You know what I'm saying? As always. I just want to take a minute to say these guys are my brothers. I love them to death. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of times we have disagreements. We've had on podcasts. We've had
Good ones.
behind the scenes. We have disagreements. But I wouldn't rather be doing this with anyone but you two. All right?
That's
And,
good
to hear.
I'd like to thank you guys for your time that you spend with this callous, egotistical fuck. You know
He's
what I'm
all
saying?
right.
No, but
I'm kidding.
you know, shout out to whatever subscribers we have. Shout out to all the people that were on IG when we started this. Like, subscribe, Humble Finessors on your Facebooks, your Instagrams. Go view a couple of the Something or Other tours. Give this guy a 20,001 view.
Please.
All right? And
Please.
we'll be talking to you guys on another episode.
All right, 51 in the can. You know what I mean? In the can.
The Humble Finessors on air with Abe and Dylan Sesco.
Sweet, sweet love. Sweet life, sweet life, sweet life.